Hi everyone, this is Jane here from Crystal Sparkles Readings, just to put down our cards for this week. So, let's have a shuffle of the black and white Faulkner deck and see what we have. Okay, so first card we have is the Two of Pentacles. I think we might have had the Two of Pentacles either last week or the week before. So I think the Two of Pentacles is an energy really that is talking about us needing to get some balance. It might feel like you're a bit out of balance. You might feel like you're juggling a lot of things. You might feel like you kind of don't have enough. It's a bit of a card that talks about lack. So there's definitely an energy of that around this first day of next week, or the very beginning of next week. So when we have the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles kind of asks us to not focus too much on what we don't have, but to keep focused on what we do. Now, that is not always easy. I know this to be true. So it's difficult one sometimes, really, is just keep it basic. Sometimes we can feel like it's really not going our way. But if we can just stay focused on the basics, just to kind of get us through, almost like just the next 24 hours, just do the day. That can really help to just keep self-focused on what we need to be focused on. It also says that we might need to make some changes and to move, almost fiddle around with things a little bit, to keep it all, to keep all the balls up in the air at the same time. So Two of Pentacles is, it's a bit of a card to start the week, really. But it is just the beginning, and the Two of Pentacles is definitely not a card where we are not able to retrieve things, because you absolutely can with the Two of Pentacles. It's only a two. So let's just pop down a card from the Akanya Tarot to go with this and see what we have here. So Two of Wands. So, oh no, hang on a minute. Two of Wind is Two of Air in this deck. I have to think about it sometimes. I don't mind it when they change the cards up and they sort of replace the swords and they replace the wands and stuff. I don't mind when they do that, but sometimes it takes a little while for me to, because I could tell from the image that it wasn't the Two of Wands. But I think if you were learning, that's quite difficult to master. So if you are learning, I would always say get yourself a standard deck, or get yourself that black and white Faulkner deck. And I know that's not easy to come by, but it is, black and white Faulkner deck is a wonderful deck to learn from, because it has all this modern day imagery on it, and it's really easy to read. It's very relatable. When you learn the Rider-Waite Smith deck, that will become relatable quite quickly. So don't be daunted by the fact that it's 78 cards. You just need to know the symbols, and you can learn those. You know, it's not, you don't have to learn every single thing. You can learn keywords. I've got decks here that I should have done, actually. One of the next week I'll use a deck with some keywords, so you can see beginners decks. They can really help. Some people don't like keywords, but they can really help to just get you into the mode of picking up what's important. Anyway, Two of Wands is the Two of Swords in this deck, and it talks about kind of being at a bit of a crossroads, being in a position where you need to make a decision. I always feel with the Two of Swords, or the Two of Wands in this case, that you don't always have all the information that you need to have to make that decision right now. So you might feel a little bit stuck. That's okay. It's all right not to make a decision right now. You don't want to put it off forever, but you don't want to rush into anything. You need to give it some thought. the air cards or the swords cards are about our thoughts, our mental processing. So might be saying you need to really process this a little bit more, and then you'll be able to make a decision. Two of Pentacles says weigh it up. Two of air or two of wind is maybe saying don't make any decisions too rashly. Don't rush into anything too much this at the beginning of this week. So I'm just going to pop down one of these Sacred Forest Oracle cards to go with these two and see what we have. Forest Temple talks about enlightenment. So let me just get the manual out, the little guidebook, and see what she says about the sacred or the Forest Temple. I love this card. It is just beautiful. So I think it is it's going to be a nice message. So let me talk about enlightenment for a second and just see what this says. The Forest Temple. It says, the Forest Temple says, positive changes are coming. You are lightening up. You're feeling buoyant and free. Your connection to spirit is deepening. Old beliefs about who you are and what you deserve in life are falling away to be replaced by incredible new paths. So this does seem to be talking about paths here. You know, we've got the two paths here with the two of swords, and we've got all this decision making, this weighing up thing, juggling energy going on here. So what I would say to you is give yourself a bit of time to really think about what is right for you, because this is talking about a path that is leading to really, really good things. So give yourself a chance, give yourself time to just take a moment to really think about what it is that feels right for you at this moment in time. So you don't have to make a choice right now. You do in the end, but let yourself. I almost feel like I want to wander in the forest. I want to wander in that forest a little bit until it becomes clear to me, until I get that moment, till I get that light bulb moment or that moment of enlightenment. So don't rush, kind of meander a little bit. You know, sometimes when we go on the meandering path, we actually find the really good stuff. And if we go directly there, we might miss some of that. That's just what I'm being given. So absolutely looks like we are heading in the right direction. Once we've kind of worked it all out, we end up heading in the right direction. So just going to pop down a Forest Temple card. I'm just reading that. I'm just going to pop down a Brian card to go with these and see what he's got to say, see what he's got to add. Okay, have faith. Work at it, give it all you've got, and miracles do happen, mate. Just trust. I'm not sure if we had this last week or if this is a card that I've had for myself recently, but that feels like a familiar message or something that I've seen recently. So it does exactly what it said on the tin with Brian. You know, Brian doesn't muck about. He just says what he's got to say. So he's telling you to hang on in there and have faith. The Forest Temple, I feel like, is a really good, strong, spiritual card. It's asking you to rely on spirit, trust in spirit. Don't think you're on your own. You're really not. Sometimes we really, really feel like we are totally on our own, but we're really not, and it will be okay. You know, things get resolved and you can sort things out, and you just have to trust in spirit. Sometimes doing your head in about it doesn't help. You know, this doesn't always help. When you relax and let it go, then you have these moments. I've been in a sort of a bit of a quandary about some things lately, that would kind of just do your head in. So I've kind of tried to just let that go. And what I've been doing is really doing loads more of my craft and just going, well, you know what, I'm just going to sit and do some of this stuff. And it frees you, you know, it allows things to come to you. It's like this, I'm just working on this at the moment. This is just a little mini journal that I'll be putting up in my Etsy shop, and I'll put a link down below to my other channel where I make these things, so it might be something that you quite like to try. I've got lots of beginners tutorials on there. It might be something that you'd enjoy, but that's what I've been doing with my creativity. I find it really relaxing, and I just feel like sometimes you just got to switch off, because you've got to switch that brain noise off sometimes. Those that I find is a great way of doing it for me. It can be anything that you do to just give your head a bit of a rest. But do find something that you can do that gives your head a bit of a rest. This isn't good energy for you. So it's just stuck, you know, we're not getting anywhere. But you do, if you take your time and just relax, this moment comes, and it's okay. You sort yourself, you can find a way. So really, really important this week, not to go too crazy, not to push too hard. Take your time, really consider things, and then go and do something else, is what my guide is saying. So yeah, just don't just sit in that energy forever, and have faith. Brian's there telling us it's going to be all right, so I'm going to trust in Brian, because it seems like a good thing to do. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you wouldn't mind giving the video a thumbs up, a like, a share, a subscribe if you like this kind of thing. If you're interested in my journals and stuff, pop over to my other channel, pop over there, subscribe to that. I try and put things up there about once a week of different things that I'm doing. So if that's the sort of thing that you might like to do, pop over there and say hi and subscribe over there. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.